I love the energy of being around teenagers. Their future can be anything, right? And they're so hopeful and they're full of ideas about what it's going to be. And they're just at a great place in their lives. Libraries are warm, inviting, inclusive spaces, and I work really hard to make the library a place where students can connect and can be social and can feel included.
What I found rewarding at the elementary level is that kids get very excited about reading and very excited about books, and to be able to point out authors to them and to point out genres to them and to have them be as excited as if they were seeing like a famous person was really rewarding. Reading is how you grow, reading is how your thinking changes, reading is how you build empathy. A complaint was made about a book that we had, which was All Boys Aren't Blue. The reason that George Johnson wrote that book, and he says it specifically in the book, is that there were no books like that for him. And so he felt like an outlier, and he felt really, really alone and confused, and he didn't want other kids to feel that way.
A parent came to the school and challenged the book Genderqueer that we have here in the library. People complaining about the content of the book. These books are telling stories of the real world, right? And this is a real world that our kids are going to be entering, and it's a real world that some of our kids are already experiencing. When they can read that somebody else has experienced this and they have found a way through it and they have found a way to make it empower them, it's important to have that available to them.
You know, process was followed about having a reconsideration committee. The ultimate outcome of that was that the book was kept on the shelves.
I think it's important for us to all recognize that we're in this together, and I think it's important to remember that we are all supporters of public education and that we need to keep that in mind when we're faced with challenges so that we can work together.
This was like a completely whole new experience where it wasn't an organic book challenge. It was something where they probably had a list of these are the books you should look for in your library and these are the ones you should challenge without even reading them.
There's a national attack on the public education system in our country. It's a coordinated attack. It's a well-funded attack, and it's being sold as school choice, as parents' choice, and you know, what it really is it's an attempt to dismantle the public education system.
It's dangerous. Like we are seeing in real time the dangers of ignorance and misinformation.
It became national, like social media, nationally people were hearing about it. And that's when threats started coming through. I was getting phone calls here, things that were not only threatening to me, but that make the students here who identify as queer feel unsafe and feel like they are not welcome.
Since I live in this community as well as work in this community, it felt very uncomfortable to just like go to the doctor's office and say my name and wondering, does this person think I'm this horrible, horrible, evil librarian who's trying to corrupt the youth of Auburn? A narrative was being created that I had some nefarious motives for what I was doing. And social media was then used as a way to fuel this narrative.
What are your intentions as a librarian? What do you think your intentions are in selecting some of the books that you do?
The idea is that you want to provide a collection that's going to appeal to a wide variety of students. There's some sort of comfort in books where people can see themselves, like connect with others, and also understand that their story is worth something, that it's worth being listened to and read.
Protecting our students' freedom to learn is an inherent part of our values and our advocacy. All of our students deserve access to an honest and culturally responsive education, and that is one of the things that our union stands up for, and I'm proud of that.
Without the union, I could not have taken the stance that I took.
It's important to have a union in place because otherwise, on your own, you're not going to get very far. Luckily, we had a school board that were very much like, we have your back, we are going to go through the process, you have our support. The same with the administration. So it was, I was lucky in that sense. I can't imagine how alone other librarians must feel when it's just them.
I'm surprised at how many librarians are out there who don't have this kind of support, and I wish that every state had the kind of support that we have here in New York. It lit a fire in me, and I feel more motivated to take steps to make change.
We've helped support our members in knowing that their union has their back when they are doing the right thing for kids.
I never for a second considered backing down.